Hello everyone, welcome to Shino's kitchen. Today I'm making fermented syrup. Fermented syrup is different from regular syrup because we don't heat it. Instead, we use fruits or vegetables and add sugar in equal parts to let it naturally ferment. Here are the ingredients. I got a lot of dragon fruit recently and I didn't want to waste the peels. So I thought I'd turn them into fermented syrup. That's why I'm making this video today. This syrup uses quite a lot of sugar, so it's not something you should drink in large amounts. But using fruit and vegetable scrapes like today's dragon fruit peels is eco-friendly, and that's why I make it from time to time. Okay, now let's make it step by step. First, prepare the dragon fruit peels. Okay, I washed them well and I'm gonna cut into small pieces so they are easier to ferment. Okay, oh, this is beautiful. Did you know that dragon fruit peels are actually packed with good stuff? The red skin of dragon fruit contains a natural pigment called betacyanin, which is a type of polyphenol. Polyphenols are known for their antioxidant properties, so they can help protect your cells from damage. I think that making your own syrup is better than drinking store-bought sugary drinks like soda. It's still sweet, but at least you know exactly what's in it and you can enjoy it a little at a time. I am separating the dragon fruit flesh from the peel. The flesh will be eaten as is, and the peels will be cut into small pieces and mixed with sugar to make the fermented syrup. Be sure to remove any brown spots or the stem parts carefully. Leaving damaged parts in the peels can make the syrup more likely to develop mold. I'm cutting the flesh into small cubes like this and planning to freeze them so I can use them in smoothies later. Now I have separated the flesh from the peels. These peels are today's key ingredients. I'm going to remove any damaged parts and the flappy edges before chopping the peels into small pieces. Once the peels are chopped, I will weigh them. The weight is about 280 grams, so normally I'd add the same amount of sugar, 1-to-1 ratio, but since we are only using the peels today, which don't have much water, I will add a slightly higher sugar ratio of 1 to 1.1 to help prevent mold. For 280 grams of peels, that means I will add about 308 grams of sugar. Here I have the fruit, sugar, and a clean glass container ready. I will layer the fruit, the dragon fruit peels this time, and sugar alternately in the jar. Sorry, I couldn't film this part because the camera wasn't on. Then I will lightly cover the lid and leave it at room temperature for a few days until bubbles start to form and the mixture begins to ferment. At first, the peels are dry, but the sugar's osmotic effect draws out the fruit juice over time. I stir it once or twice a day with a spoon. Many people say that fermented syrup should be mixed by hand, but it ferments just fine with a spoon, and I personally prefer using a spoon. As the day goes by, more liquid comes out and the mixture turns into syrup. Just as I hoped, it's forming a beautifully colored syrup. If you stir it daily, you will start to see tiny bubbles around the fifth day. That's a sign the fermentation is happening. Even when the bubbles appear, it's good to let it ferment for another few days before straining the syrup from the solids. Now it's been 1 week since I mixed the fruit and sugar, so it's time to strain the syrup. Look at this, the syrup turned out so beautifully colored. The leftover solids can sometimes be used in recipes depending on the fruit. Since this is my first time making this syrup with dragon fruit peels, I'm not sure how well they can be used yet, but if I figure it out, I will make another video showing ideas. Now it's finally time to transfer the syrup into a bottle. The color turned out even more beautiful than I expected. The pink color comes from a polyphenol called betacyanin, which is found in dragon fruit and is known for its antioxidant properties. The fermentation process is gentle, so many of these beneficial compounds remain in the syrup. Of course, it's still a sweet treat, so enjoy it in moderation, but it's a fun and eco-friendly way to make the most of fruit scrapes. If you try drinking the syrup plain, it can be too sweet, so I added a little citric acid for tartness and then baking soda to create some fizz. This gives a little fizzy homemade drink. Here is a tip. Dissolve the citric acid in water. Mix the baking soda into the syrup first. Then combine it with the citric acid solution. This helps create bubbles efficiently, giving you a cute fizzy pink drink. Look at this, it's such a lovely pink color. I'm really happy to be able to enjoy the whole dragon fruit, even the peels, in such a delicious way. When we make fermented syrup, the sugar and liquid help extract the color and water-soluble nutrients from the peels. That's why the syrup turns into such a beautiful pink color. By the way, in Japan, fermented syrup is sometimes called enzyme syrup, but technically it is not actually an enzyme, so I prefer to call it fermented syrup. Alright, today I shared how to make a simple, no-heat fermented syrup and drink, a fun way to help reduce food waste. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Your support truly keeps me motivated to create more videos like this. See you soon!